Hi guys, welcome to our channel, and the topic for today are
Immigrants, children, parents, and expectation.
so how many times did you ever notice, Clara, like our parents or any other parents, they ask the children when they grow up to study, to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, or to be something important to report back at home?
Rather than actually ask, I would say they impose.
Impose,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
because
some
they want us to be, the best version of themselves. And
exactly.
sometimes, there's also this thing that they don't give us the space to explore what we like, explore what we would like to be and who we would like to be.
They write our future just before we could even think about it.
Yeah, and this is like, I don't want to say sad, but like it's a lot of pressure, and sometimes it can affect your mental health. It can affect you in like many different ways, and God is a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a
Do you
lot.
remember like mom growing up? She always say, "Oh yeah, my children will always become doctors. My children will always become doctors." And I guess like sometime at some point she wanted to become a midwife.
Yeah, I wanted to become a midwife, and she was so happy with that. But then when my path changed, that I wanted to study marketing, she was all, saying, "Oh, you wanted to be a midwife? Why you don't want to be a doctor anymore? Blah blah blah." Because actually, she doesn't know how successful marketing job can be.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess like she's not coming from a perspective where like she doesn't respect what you want to do. I think it's just like
She doesn't know.
she doesn't know, she doesn't have the idea, because really she wants us to become lawyers or doctors just because, well, it's really remunerative, so basically you have a lot of money from that.
Yes, and a
But
lot of money is also to take care of the family.
yeah,
So
yeah.
because at a point, like let's say our parents are they're gonna get old, and then all is gonna be on you.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be the one taking over them and providing for the family. So that is what they are looking forward to. They think, okay, she's gonna be a doctor, she's gonna be a lawyer, she's gonna earn enough to take care of us when we get old.
Yeah.
Because that's actually even how African or like different culture like from Caucasian people is that you have to take care of your parents.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, like I don't think it's like more of a African again, no, African versus
Caucasian
Caucasian. I'd say more of like um, collectivistic cultures versus individualistic cultures. So the individualistic cultures, unfortunately, are more like the Americans, the Europeans, and they are more everyone for themselves. And this is very much different from what is Asia or Africa, where they are a culture, a collectivistic culture. So we are like more of like family members, like we are individual in we we think of ourselves as a son, daughter, or we think of ourselves as a part of a family, of a
Yes.
community. And then we always like go back to that in the end of the day. Meanwhile, being in an individualistic culture is just like me, myself, and I, and you're always trying to get over that. But this is one of the reasons why white people are like further ahead with finances. I was looking at a documentary on Netflix, right? And they were saying that there is this big pay gap between black people and white people, and this is more because one of the reasons is because basically we black people, when we succeed, we have to bring with us, put on our shoulders the rest of the family.
Yes.
And that friend and that friend and that friend. Meanwhile, white people are like just for themselves, and I don't think it's like a bad thing per se. I think it's just like yeah, it's just different. It's something else, right? And but at the same time, this actually sets us back, and we don't really make the moves that we could
Should.
actually
Yeah.
make. Yeah, and
Yes.
it's sad a bit, but it is what it is.
And it's actually our reality at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
I think like we're gonna make it in the end, and on our own way. It's just gonna take us
yes.
like a longer time, and
Yes, it's going
just
to.
alright.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
As always. But yeah, even like let's say the feeling of being in debt to your parents
Yeah, oh
due
my
to the
God.
fact that they moved from another country to the country that you are now, because they only like when we grew up they threatening saying to us, oh, if you be misbehave, if you do this, if you do that, you're going back home.
I'll put you for the first plane and take you back home, my friend.
You're going back. You're going back. I don't want to hear pim. You're going back.
You know what suffer be.
Exactly. It was hard, but at the same, I'm grateful today.
Yeah, honestly, like
I am.
I wouldn't change my experience anyone else's, because I think it made me the person I am today. So I guess like, you know, everyone with their experience, and just go forward and like, you know, we move. We keep going on and on and on. And actually I think being Italian, being Nigerian, being, I don't want to say I'm British because I'm not, but I will say,
But living in.
yeah, living here, I think I've tasted a bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the Italian part is like nice, the food, the culture, and whatever, whatnot. And then the African part as well, you know, as well the food, the culture, especially the culture. But yeah, I think like they gave us that. They gave us this opportunity to experience all of these things, and I am grateful for it. It's just like, you know, sometimes you feel guilty because you did not reach their expectations.
Yeah, but like there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, honestly, like
we're just 24 and I'm 22. That there's a long way. That's another thing. We grow up faster than other people.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
That's something else to put in the basket, because we mature even like before everyone else. We saw that in school, and we still see the same thing at work, because in the position that we are at work today, they be like, oh, you're 30. No, we're not.
No, because we look old, right?
No, because when we speak and what we say, it seems like we are mature.
Yeah.
But we're actually still in our 20s.
Yeah, because like honestly, growing up, it was about like helping mom with the bills, not paying the bills because she was working, right? But it was about, you know, reading the bills, because that was another language, and we were going to school so we could read. As soon as, you know, you start reading, like, okay, now come on, read this for me, read that for me, read this for me, and they're like,
what's this about?
Yeah, and that puts you already like in this perspective of responsibilities, because that's already one of your responsibilities. I am the oldest, and she's the last born, but we also grew up with our cousins. So basically I was the oldest between all of them, and I was already, you know, taking care of them.
On your
all on my shoulder. Like I grew up like, my mentality now is like always taking care of everyone. I feel like I'm like a nanny for everyone. Doesn't matter if you're older than me, if we are the same age. Like this put in my head. It's been put in my head that I always have to take care of everyone. And yeah, this is just like, you know, one of the what can I say,
perks.
Let's call it perk, really. Whatever. But yeah, we had to grow like so much faster than everyone.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, but it's fine, I guess.
It was alright because as we said, today we are who we are,
because
of those experiences.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing we're gonna teach to our children when they grow up and we're gonna have children. But yeah, because I wouldn't change anything, like maybe something, but I wouldn't change the way that what my mom taught me when I grew up.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the same thing I want to give to my children.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, you know what I was thinking earlier? Like, that just came to my mind. Like, I don't know if I'm going to make it clear enough to everyone to understand. It's just like, so everyone says life started in Africa, right?
Yeah.
So let's say our mom is like the first African in our head, right? She moved to Italy,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the same thing. Nomad people start doing. They moved, and then they moved, and then generation to generation they keep moving on and on and
Yeah,
on
yeah,
until at some point they get to America or
yeah.
whatever, right? And this is the same thing. I think it's happening for us. Like mom moved from Africa, then she went to Italy, and then we moved from
From
Italy.
Italy, we went to
Yeah,
England,
I think it's
and
just
maybe our
like,
children moved to USA. Like, lots of things
yeah,
can happen. Lots of
yeah.
things can happen.
But I think like this is like, it's just
It's cycle.
life. Yeah, and it's
Cycle.
so sad for me. Like when I see on the TV, oh, immigrants, immigrants. I mean, like, really?
We
Like,
are actually from everywhere.
yeah.
So
Like honestly, well, whatever. Well, apart from
that's
that,
another topic for another day.
honestly, that's another topic. Yeah, but apart from that, I was thinking also the fact that we are meant to bring success to the whole family.
Yes, that is another burden.
Honestly, it's like if you are not this at some point, then you feel like you're a failure.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this thing where when I was my first year of uni, I almost failed, and let's
It
say
was a
I
hard
really,
one.
yeah, like honestly, I was crying because like I couldn't. It was a new
Country.
uni, new country, new everything really, and I was alone, and I didn't know how to approach anything because. And no one ever did that,
And no one taught you.
no one taught me, like for real. I had to discover everything on my own, and I was failing uni on the first year, but I mean, I was crying so bad, and I was saying, and she was there, she and my boyfriend were there, and then they were like, "Why are you crying?" I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna disappoint everyone. I'm not gonna be able to, reach the expectation."
Bear in mind that grades in the first year of uni, they don't count. You just have to pass.
Honestly, I was that bad. Like it was that bad for me.
Imagine.
Honestly. But in the end, I graduated
This year, 2021. So you struggle, but then you achieve what you meant to achieve.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think this is what life is about. Like,
Yeah.
you fall, you get up, and you fall, and you get up, and you keep doing that on and on and on. You never, like, you stay down.
And you keep learning how to get up better
Yeah.
than when you fell in the first place.
Honestly.
So,
honestly.
that's something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard sometimes to be a child of immigrants, but we have to be grateful every day, each day, because you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your mom or your dad that moved from another country to the country that you are right now. Imagine your future in that country. It would have been totally different. You wouldn't, maybe things can happen. You don't know what would have happened if you were there, but today you're here and you have to be grateful.
Yeah.
Grateful
I mean,
each
like,
day.
Independently of what would have happened, you have always to be grateful. I was in Nigeria like 2 months ago, and I see people that they have like they don't have what we have here, and they smile, they joke, they play around, they are all together, like partying and everything, and they are grateful for getting up in that morning and they to see the light and whatever, and I'm like, wow.
It's a different one.
And sometimes I'm just miserable just because, and I'm like, well, your feelings are your feelings, and you have just to embrace them, whatever they are. But it gives you different perspective because some people have nothing.
Yes.
Meanwhile, you've been given.
You might be the one like that complains a lot. But then you have to remember that there's people that they actually don't have what you'll be complaining about.
Yes.
So
yeah.
So well, I'm thankful for my mom for what she did for us.
But like, think about her journey, really.
Yes.
Like, she was over there in Nigeria. She had the children. Then she come over here.
Over Italy.
She goes to Italy. And then everything is new. I think we had the same experience, kind of similar experience, because when we moved over here to
we knew
UK,
English, so it was a bit different. Like, it was really difficult and it was the 90s.
Yeah.
So it was something else. So, but yeah, she struggled a lot, but she actually made it. Even last year, she concluded a school.
Yeah,
She
actually,
went to school,
she went to uni.
and she actually did it. Like, it takes time, but in the long time, you're gonna be proud of yourself.
Yeah,
And she
yeah.
actually is, and she's proud of us, even if we took like a different path from what she thought we were going to be.
Yeah.
She studied psychology and I studied marketing. None of us is a doctor and none of us is a lawyer,
No, we're not.
but she's actually proud because we are the first in the family that goes to uni.
No,
The
really.
second
In Europe.
in Europe.
In Europe, we are the
we are the
first.
first.
But
So,
in Nigeria, no, we are not.
Exactly, and she's proud because we've been paying uni ourselves, we've been working full time, we've been doing a lot, but we've been doing all this just to make her proud.
Yes.
Like, let's not say that it's just to make her proud, because we are actually even proud of ourselves.
Yeah.
But she's proud as well, and that makes us happy.
Yeah. But another reason why actually I'm doing what I'm doing is because we have nephews, right? And they are the generation after us. I want them to know that they can achieve anything. There is no barrier to them. So I want them to see what we've done and be like, well, I can get there if I want. No pressure. Like,
My
you
aunt
understand?
did it.
Yeah,
so
if my
I can
aunt
do
did it,
it.
I can do it for sure. And I want to, experience as much as possible, because one day maybe they come to me and be like, Aunt, how did you do this? How did you do that? And I want to be able to answer them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is as well a big responsibility, but I think it's needed. And that's why I think most of the people on social medias during the Black Lives Matter last year, and I think they've been saying it forever, they keep saying representation matters.
Yes.
It matters for sure, because, like, for example, in Italy, the only person growing up, black person on the TV, was Inette Stevens.
Oh, yeah, the Black Panther.
Yeah. And I was like, well, when I grow up, all I can become is Inette Stevens.
Yeah, the only, when you put on channel 1, there's no black. Channel 2, there's no black. Channel 3, there's no black. Till channel 6, that there's Inette Stevens.
And she was just in the evenings and she couldn't speak a word.
No, exactly.
Honestly, that was like so bad.
Nothing.
Because like she couldn't say a word, and
she was just looking and like
being sexy, because
exactly,
she was hot. Yeah. Like hot.
Yeah, she's still.
Yeah. But nothing else. Meanwhile, now she's like really like loud. She advocates for black people, and so you should check her out actually. And yeah, growing up, actually at school they would call me, la Pantera Nera. And I was like, oh my god, like honestly, now I have to be like that. I have to go to the gym. I have to get my, everything out. And I'm like, but actually, I just realized recently that my path is not that. I don't want to be, in the, I don't know, show business. I've been modeling since I was little, and I realized that I don't want to model. I just want to study really, and I want to become an entrepreneur. And yeah.
Do you know what, guys? You have to comment below if you want us to tell us about our experience growing up in Italy as a black girls. Yeah. Because actually it's even interesting because we were the only black family in the whole town. So it was something else. It was something else.
Honestly.
And that would definitely be the topic for the next video, because
honestly,
it's a deep one.
Actually, honestly, oh my god. Because like we were at the festival some days ago, and everyone was asking us, "Oh wow, you're Italian." So I was growing up in Italy, and then we'd be like, next question.
Exactly. And let's speak about London life.
We love London.
Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, it's nice to being able to be ourselves, to be proud of us, and to make our parents proud.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind, guys, because it's important. It's very important. The topic was fully explained from us, from the Ebony family.
Yes, from Clara
and Agostina. And guys, we will see you in the next video.
Bye.